Today we are going now to NUCC, that is Norwegian-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce. They are our organization that want to, I guess, stimulate cooperations between countries, between Ukraine and Norway. Actually, we're going to talk with them today about to apply for membership, that our company is going to be a member of this. You did some research on them. What did you find when you did some research?
I found that this is what we should do as a priority.
Yeah.
Because it opens up doors for niche meetings between Norwegian and Ukrainian IT companies, so to say, and those who are looking for them.
So it's going to be very cool and see, and especially when we're going to investigate more on the other countries and see what NUCC does very good and how they work, because I think they're doing, it looks like they're doing an incredible job. Hej!
Hi.
Hi, hyggelig.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Takk for sist.
Hi. Hi.
Anastasia.
Christian.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, I'm Linda. I'm responsible for IT relations in the Norwegian-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce. Basically, my job is to help Norwegian and Ukrainian companies to do business with each other. We are a trade organization or a member organization, and our purpose is to facilitate trade and business cooperation between Norway and Ukraine, and we have different focus sectors, which also reflects the current trade between the two countries. So we focus on IT, which is my job, and also my colleague Natalia Sjøvold. And then we have seafood, agriculture, and energy, and manufacturing is also a new. And tourism will also come up now, so there's a lot of things going on.
So how has it been, like, if we talk about IT, has the trade grown a lot the last years? Is it?
Over the last 4 years, I would say yes.
Yeah.
There was a drop after 2014 because of the political insecurity, but it has stabilized, and we see. I think since 2015 the trade in goods has increased more than 100% or more than doubled, while in IT there's been an annual increase about 30% over the last couple of years.
You mentioned a little bit about the political situation. What could you say right now about the political situation and stability of Ukraine?
It's of course there's still some insecurity, but what we've seen quite steady over the last 4 or 5 years after the Maidan revolution is that there's been a progress, and we also see in IT, in the IT industry, it's less affected by problems with corruption and others, like other sectors, because it's a very international sector. All the players, almost all the players, are competing in the international market.
So, as a company that is applying now for NUCC to be part of that, can you tell me about, like, what is the biggest benefits for us?
If you're a Ukrainian company,
yes,
we are working to increase the interest in Ukraine among Norwegian businesses. So we do a lot of events and provide information to increase trust in Ukraine as a partner. And you also will be able to ask us. We don't have the capacity to answer questions for non-members, but as a member, we are always on your disposal. You can ask us questions about offices, about partners, and everything, basically. And you will also be a part of a network where you can meet other people. We have a lot of networking events, and you will meet other people in a similar situation. You can ask questions and share information.
Yes.
And we also have some topical events. We're going to have a breakfast seminar with NHO in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
where we're going to discuss cybersecurity, because we see that that's an important topic and also a barrier to outsource to Ukraine, and it's important for us to have a good discussion on what is the actual risk, how do we tackle them, and how to move forward. And it's also an occasion because the Vice Minister on Digitalization from Ukraine is coming and attending. So
wow, cool.
We can also share some insights on what Ukraine are doing, both which lessons they have done from attacks, and also what the governments are doing to secure businesses.
I've been attending to some bigger conferences last year, at least I was in some. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
You're thinking about the Norwegian-Ukrainian Business Forum?
Yes, I didn't remember the name.
Yeah.
So yes.
We do those from time to time, which is a high-level business forum, and we usually do it when there's a high-level visit.
Yep.
The first time we did it was the former president of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko.
Yep.
It was in 2016, and then the Ukrainian president and Norwegian Prime Minister Erna Solberg was taking part. It was last year, yes.
Last year, I think Erna was
Yes,
here.
then was a new, because then it was the former Prime Minister of Ukraine, Groisman, who was visiting Norway. So there's a lot of high-level political visits, and Erna Solberg is still the Prime Minister, and was also then, so she was also attending.
Yeah.
So that's something we're doing. We get it helps us lift attention on the business cooperation between Norway and Ukraine, and we also see that it's attract a lot of attendees. And we're also building up now IT portal where we try to be as practical as possible and answer all the questions you might have if you either want to find a Ukrainian IT partner or you would like to open an office in Ukraine.
Yes.
So we're going through the journey, like why Ukraine, why IT in Ukraine, how to find a partner, how to conclude a contract, where should I establish my office, how to hire people. Because we see now that Ukraine is having a reputation of being an IT destination with high technological competence, but also many people do not know Ukraine that well, and it's a step to take to actually go there and find a partner. So we would like to help people on that way and remove that information barrier.
Is this portal ready now, or is it?
No, it's under. I'm doing the research now.
So tell me about the Young Entrepreneurs
That's
program.
something people should know about. It's a really exciting program. We had run it for it's the sixth time we're running it this year, and it's for Norwegian and Ukrainian business-minded people. We select 10 from Norway and 10 from Ukraine to take part in the program each year. And it goes over 2 weeks, 1 week in Norway in May and 1 week in Ukraine in the end of June. And then we cooperate with partners. We have BI and NTNU and Lviv Business School as academic partners.
Yep.
They will give lectures on marketing, entrepreneurship, design thinking, and those topics. And then we also have some investors who will tell a little bit about how you could be ready for investors, and they will also be a part of the jury in the end when the participant is going to present their business cases. They work together in groups and compete to have the best business case.
So to conclude, is it something else that you want to share or something that you want to inform about?
I really, really believe there's a huge potential for business cooperation between Norway and Ukraine. Now I'm talking about IT because that's what I'm working on. I see that Ukrainian IT companies are usually a good partner for Norwegian customers. One thing is this high-tech competence, but you also have this as a nearshoring destination, Ukraine has this cultural and geographical proximity. And as you also mentioned, there's availability of talents in Ukraine, and we also see we receive so many requests from Ukrainian IT companies. There's a huge interest in the Nordic market among Ukrainian specialists and Ukrainian companies.
Thank you so much for taking your time. It was very, very interesting and
welcome.
insightful.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah,